Hello and welcome to the Reload, your weekly recap of all the gaming news over the last 7 days, as well as a look at what's coming out over the next week. I'm Carl, and without any further ado, here's what happened. Hideo Kojima kicked things off this week by teasing more details about his upcoming PlayStation 4 title, Death Stranding. He confirmed that there will be some sort of co-op that connects players, although he didn't really go into too much detail, but he did stress that it will be a completely single-player experience if the player wants it to be. His crypticness continued by teasing a 2018 or 2019 release for the title, along with the possibility of a female co-lead alongside the already announced Norman Reedus. If I was to try and sum it up with all of my professional experience in the games industry, I would have to say that I'm still very much confused. The CSGO Lotto debacle may have simmered down, but a fresh controversy has now emerged involving the FIFA titles. YouTuber Craig Douglas, otherwise known as Nepenthes, will appear in court next month in regards to promoting a lottery and advertising unlawful gambling with the in-game FIFA coins currency. In particular, the UK Gambling Commission is concerned that said promotion has been specifically targeted at children. I guess you could say it's a bit of an own goal. It appears the Pokemon Uranium dream is finally over, as its developers have announced that they will no longer be providing support for the fan-made project. A message posted on their Twitter feed explained that they were flattered and overwhelmed by the response their project received, with the game being downloaded over 1.5 million times thanks to its launch, catching the Pokemon Go craze wave. But it was inevitably stopped by the lawyering of Nintendo. In rather alarming news, an instance where a Pokemon Go streamer was assaulted was broadcast live on Twitch. Streamer RickyBot had been wandering New York's Central Park in the early hours when he was attacked from behind, having all of his gear stolen and then turned off as the audience watched. He has since tweeted that he is recovering from the assault, with the police now looking into additional footage of the incident. Despite being a recognised fixture in the PC multiplayer ecosystem, Blizzard have announced that they will be rebranding Battle.net. In a statement on their official website, it was explained that the service Battle.net provides will not change, but it will help unify it with other recent services such as Blizzard Streaming and Blizzard Voice. In fairness, it's probably for the best. I mean, I can't think of a social gaming platform that doesn't use the name of the company that's made it, and is both successful and popular. After last week's sudden decision to restrict user reviews to those who purchase products through Steam, Valve have announced that they are relaxing the restrictions. Kind of. In what has been described as an ongoing process, Steam users can now choose whether to filter out user reviews they see. Scores for products, however, will continue to be done for Steam customers only. In unexpectedly political news, yes, we now cover politics apparently. Website The Daily Beast discovered that Nimble America, an online focus group dedicated to spreading memes attacking US presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, is being bankrolled by Oculus VR founder Un-Luckey. The report stated that Palmer had said that he had donated money towards it because it sounded like a real jolly good time. This in turn has caused developers working on Rift titles to feel that their work has been indirectly funding something they don't want to be associated with, causing a rift within the community. However, yesterday Palmer posted a response online saying that he had only donated towards Nimble America because he felt it was a great way to communicate politics to a younger audience, and that he would in fact be voting Libertarian in the coming election. He went on to apologise for any harm he had caused to Oculus's public perception with his actions. Personally, I'm a believer that people should be able to spend their money however they want. But what really annoys me, regardless of your political opinions here, is that the entire idea behind it all is absolutely In eSports news, Riot Games have acknowledged that they need to do more to support eSports teams and players. A statement on their official blog announced that effective immediately, Riot would allocate more funds to ensure long-term security and sustainability for teams, and for the esports as a whole. However, there has already been resistance to the plans, in which only tournament winners will get to see any of the money, with people suggesting that all qualifying teams should get a share of the pie to avoid teams monopolising the system. And finally, Microsoft have announced the titles that will be on offer in next month's Games with Gold program. Xbox One owners will get Super Mega Baseball Extra Innings from October 1st and The Escapists during the second half of the month, while Xbox 360 titles MX vs ATV Reflex and I Am Alive will be available during the same period. And of course you can find links to all those stories by heading over to Digital Outburst, so hit the link in the description box below if any of those have piqued your interest. But now it's time to take a look at some of the notable releases that are coming out over the next week. The third Forza Horizon title hits the shelves this week, with the open world driving action set in Australia this time. While you can expect more of the same gameplay that makes the spin-off series so accessible, this year's big twist is that players will be managing the Horizon Festival as well as driving in it. Perhaps the most important new feature is cross-platform play, allowing PC and Xbox One gamers to race together. Reviews for this one have been overwhelmingly positive so far, and could be a strong Game of the Year contender. After a successful launch on PC earlier this year, it's time for console gamers to return to the nail-biting strategic action of the XCOM series. We expect that the procedurally generated levels and mix of new melee classes will have translated quite well to the gamepad, just as it did for Enemy Unknown. This year's FIFA installment kicks off this week, and while it boasts upgraded visuals thanks to the Frostbite engine, the big talking point is the journey, the brand new single-player campaign featuring match objectives and conversation choices, much like in 2K Sports My Career modes. That said, FIFA 17 apparently isn't the king for on-pitch action this year, but manages to be excellent everywhere else. Oh, and FIFA Ultimate Team is still there to ensure that unpacking videos are still a thing. And after 2 delays, Quantum Break finally gets a physical PC release this week, as well as a long-awaited appearance on Steam. Hopefully the technical difficulties that plagued the PC release back in April are no more, allowing the time-bending storyline to shine in Remedy's latest. As for freebies, players of MMORPG Guild Wars 2 should be sure to log in and claim their access to the second episode of the Living Story Season 3. Titled Rising Flames, the heroes of Tyria venture to the Guild War 1 location of the Ring of Fire to deal with an unexpected new threat. And that's it for this week's Reload. But do stay tuned to the site, as we will have hands-on previews for Dishonored 2, Little Nightmares and Sniper Elite 3 coming up, so be on the lookout for those. In the meantime, if you've got any questions or feedback for the show, be sure to let us know either in the comments section on YouTube or over on Digital Outburst. But that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.